We hope you enjoyed the workshops and you're feeling super energized as we go into the next part of the event. Our next speaker is Jamie Zinser. She's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Global Auto Novelis, and she is going to talk about empowering the next generation female engineers. Jamie, welcome. We're so happy to have you, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Maya. And thank you all for attending today. Okay, so my presentation is entitled From Garage to Lab. And today I'm going to tell you a story. It's not going to be a story filled with business buzzwords and KPIs. It won't take an MBA to interpret. I won't even mention AI and how it's going to redefine the world. Today I'm going to tell you a story about my garage. I'm going to take you back in time and reflect on how it shaped my direction in my early years. Then I'm going to fast forward to today and explain how your garage can inspire the next generation of professional women. Garages have always been something that have marveled me. You see, great things have always started in a garage. We have garage bands. The Beatles started in a garage and went on to be one of the most successful and influential bands in history. They began their journey in a small garage in Liverpool, England. In the late 1950s, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and the original drummer, Pete Best, would gather to practice and develop their sound. They went on to become one of the greatest bands of all time, transforming pop music and culture. And we have many legendary garage startups from Apple to Microsoft. HP was a garage startup success story founded on innovation and discovery. In 1939, Bill Hewitt and Dave Packard established HP in a small garage in Palo Alto, California. HP tech centers have mimicked garages for many of their conference rooms, complete with rolling doors and concrete floors. While they may not be able to simulate the initial magic that led to their success, there is always something powerful and provocative about a seemingly simple room with a concrete floor that makes small ideas grow to big successes. From Apple to Google and Amazon, it's a launching pad for innovation companies. And while we're talking about great inventors and startups, let's put Miss Karan Mazar-Shah on the same category. She founded the biopharmaceutical giant Biocon in 1978 in her garage in Bangalore with 10,000 rupees. This is the equivalent to $200 US. If you aren't familiar with her story, I recommend a Google search. She's a pioneering biotech entrepreneur, a healthcare visionary, a global influencer, and a passionate philanthropist. You'll love her story. Again, it all took place in a garage. The garage seems to spark creativity. Perhaps it creates a safe place to try out new things without concern about what others might say. A place to try out a new chord or provocative lyric and not worry about falling on critics' ears. The garage certainly was my favorite place as a teenager. I could tinker on my 1976 Super Beetle day and night. The garage was not only the safest place to experiment with new ideas, but it also encouraged me to make mistakes. I could spill oil on the floor and it was no big deal. I could fire up the welding torch to make a repair without worry of setting the entire world on fire. I could install the latest and greatest CD player and crank up the radio and listen to my favorite tunes. There was no limit to what I could build. Even today, I enjoy bringing OEMs and tiers through our garages at Novelis, known as our Customer Solution Centers and R&D centers. This is where possibilities are grown and experiments become real. In automotive terms, I would say it's where the pedal meets the metal. Great concepts are put to test. We learn whether the hypothesis is real, and when our project encounters a roadblock, we find ways to evolve an idea to find a smarter path. I'll go on to go into more detail about what our customer solution centers are later in the deck. As an engineer, I adore technology and invention. I'm a confessed she-geek with a passion for problem solving. But the pool of engineering problem solvers is running dry. The deficit in global talent is expected to run dramatically deeper than today. According to Korn Ferry, when it comes to talent crunch, we'll be short 85 million people globally by 2030. And the economic impact on unrealized revenue can result in 8.5 trillion US dollars. This is truly a scary figure. Now let's take a look at where women stand in the technology workforce. According to Jennifer Maher, the CEO of TechForce Foundation, women account for less than 3% of the technical workforce. Attracting students of any gender is a monumental challenge. Attracting young women into technology fields adds another exponential level of complexity on top of that. I'm commonly asked about what attracted me into the field of engineering and the automotive industry, and I often reflect on this topic. I hope that by looking back at my experiences growing up, it would shed some light on how others discover the magic of a career in technology. Now, I don't have the final answer, but a few thoughts I'd like to share. My first introduction to mechanical engineering started in the garage, helping my father work on cars. There were no boys in our family, just me and my sister. So working with dad or playing basketball together in the driveway was just a natural part of what we did. And for me, fixing up my Beetle was the best part of every day. And looking back, I was so blessed to have parents who encouraged me to pursue my interests. I was truly fortunate. But this is not the case for so many women. We do not live in a society and a culture that encourages individuals to strive for their passion. Regardless of gender or race or any sort of societal label, I believe that the strong cultural currents that discourage women from technology roles are the same that discourage boys from, let's say, fashion or dancing. And by the way, I just signed my 6-year-old son up for a hip hop class because he asked to attend. So I'm trying to change that myself. Maybe our problem is that women are not interested in technology. It is that maybe it's perhaps that they're surrounded in a world that pushes them to go into a different direction. And it got me thinking, it's not the responsibility of women in business to inspire and mentor. That would just not even scratch the surface of this problem. There are simply too few of us by numbers and even less in the technology field. And what gender or mentor is not the point. But there's good news. We all work as leaders in organizations, and smart businesses understand the importance of shaping the generations of professionals. They understand that attracting and mentoring diverse talent is the secret ingredient in a recipe for a winning future. And therein lies the win-win for organizations and for young minds of the future. I'm very fortunate to work at Novelis, an organization that subscribes to this very mindset. And so as I sat in my garage, drafting this presentation, listening to my favorite 90s grunge rock, I thought, why did I join Novelis? Sure, there were the basic box checkers of career progression opportunities and promoting technology developments, but these are just filters. They are not qualifiers. There was the passion to commercialize technologies and aluminum alloys that would lead to cleaner manufacturing value chains. But this was not only my deciding factor. Ultimately, for me, it was that the Novelis culture that really led me to join the team was the international mix of professionals that I interviewed with. It was their open-minded views across all functions. Diversity and inclusion initiatives at Novelis are not just talk, they are the everyday walk. And the culture sealed the deal. All right, now let's take a look here. Here's a look at our sustainability goals at Novelis. We have a strong emphasis on carbon neutrality, and that drives much of our technology and operations agenda. Equally important is our diversity and inclusion vision. By 2025, we aim to have 30% of women in leadership roles. Through 2022, we are currently at 27%. So this is something we're very proud of. We are also established a goal to have 25% of our technology roles filled with women by 2025. Today, we have roughly 15%. Here are the few programs that we have in place to contribute to our progress. Number one, WIN, Women in Novelis. Women in Novelis is an employee resource group supporting the professional development and career advancements of female employees at Novelis. We are focused on developing females, we're focused on engaging females, and we're focused on providing opportunities to females. And of course, for the young talent, we have been supporting FIRST for 13 years, since 2010. We are currently the donors of the aluminum in all of the kits globally, or a significant amount of the kits globally for this program. And we also support several all-minority teams, including and all-girls teams, or a couple all-girls teams in North America and Asia. So if you're not familiar with the program, this is a great way to get young individuals engaged in STEM programs. I'm currently involved with a local chapter myself. There's one more important thing that attracted me to Novelis. During my interviews, they told me that there were plans to build a new garage. Last year, Novelis held their grand opening for the $35 million, 200 square foot technical playground for advanced aluminum exploration. This playground is currently based in Novi, although we have two other playgrounds, one based in Stuttgart, Germany, and one based in Shanghai, China. They give access to a diverse team of ultra-talented engineers and scientists to innovate together. The state-of-the-art facility offers high-tech development with machinery ranging from stamping presses, joining and laser labs, computer-aided design, and we've recently installed a roll-forming line. It's a place for all OEMs and tiers to come together and collaborate in all things aluminum. So our doors are literally open for all OEMs, tiers. This is a place where we collaborate together. It's a fantastic concept, and it's more or less our garage here at Novelis. All right, so let me get back to the garage story. I don't profess to have all the answers, but I have a few more garage tips I think at least can frame our minds as we work to foster bringing more women into the technical arena. All right, number one, find your garage. It can be anywhere, but find a safe place you can test new ideas without the worry of failure. If you're going to create something groundbreaking, I mean a new process or an organizational movement, there are going to be a lot of doubters and naysayers. So make sure you're in a culture that will not squash progress. Find open-minded colleagues and get together in your garage. Share your tools. So whether you've come a long way or you're just getting started, don't let your tools collect dust in the corner. Share your tools with others. They need help. And borrow a few from others. New tools can allow you to create faster and in more unique ways. Collaborate and sharpen your tools from what you learn. So this is the concept behind Novelis's CSC is we have a garage and we are currently sharing our tools with the automotive community. Number 3, lift others. So mentoring is powerful and rewarding way to encourage and shape young minds. We all need a lift every now and again. Give your teams a helping hand. Encourage them. Help each other. So I think it's critical even for women to encourage other women and also to foster and encourage young women who are getting into the workforce. There are a lot of factors that they will encounter that they'll need our support. Oops. All right, keep your garage doors open. And I think this is a critical one. New recruits and students need access to you. Make yourself available as possible. You'll learn as much from your interactions with them as they will from you. Be approachable, be human. And I think that this is so important. And I try to come to work every day with a smile on my face and engage with everybody that's around me, no matter rank or title, and just want to make sure that everybody has access to my office and they know I'm here to support them. Very important. Be human. And the last rule is be a catalyst and drive change in your organization. If you are with a group that's just getting started with talent development initiatives, begin with small steps. You can gain alignment with your leadership teams, and that will require determination in some organizations. Putting yourself out there can be challenging. So reach out to the networks you are connected with and seek advice. We are all here to help out. So I think it's very critical to engage in organizations such as this one and others to ensure that we are collaborating in this space and sharing ideas. So I think this is a fantastic organization and very happy to be here today.
Thank you so much, Jamie. That was really...
One more slide. Sorry. So I think when it comes to mentoring, I've started early with my son, and with any luck, he'll be a gearhead like his mom, but I'm happy to have him as a dancer as well. And here you see him with my Super Beetle. So hopefully he'll keep this bad boy alive for many generations to come. Thank you for your time today.
Oh, that was very sweet. Thanks so much. Thank you. And we really appreciate you being here despite you not feeling well. So
oh, no worries.
All right. Well, it sounds like Novelis is on the right track, and you shared some impressive percentages in terms of where you already are in terms of women in leadership roles and tech roles. And I'm just wondering, what else other than what you shared, where else, how do you make sure that these targets and KPIs are more than that and that actually becomes part of the culture?
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, it's really important to get women there to begin with and support early mentorship programs. I mentioned FIRST. I think FIRST is a fantastic program that gets young minds involved in STEM careers and opportunities. But then once they're there, I think it's early in my career, I faced challenges. I didn't have my son until I was later, or I was actually 40 when I had my son. But I find that especially my friends that I went to engineering school with, they really struggled with this balance of work life. And I think that was one of the largest struggles. So I think it's important for organizations to be flexible to support women so that they can have both, as well as, retention. So I think that with our WIN program, we offer different, say, initiatives in terms of talent management and offerings of different trainings and programs. So I think that's also critical as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. So I will say goodbye to you for now, and our viewers are on to the next session, which is the panel discussion.
Okay.
And Jamie, just before we go, I'm going to ask the viewers to put in the chat, because we're all over the world and we don't have garages everywhere. So in spirit of Paula's cultural diversity and sensitivity, I would love to ask people in the chat to say, what is your garage equivalent wherever you are in the world? So while you do that in the chat, we'll prepare for the panel discussion. Thanks, Jamie.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.